In the last video, we broke down how LLMs actually work, how they predict words, and how they generate human-like responses. But knowing that alone is not enough, because the way you ask an AI to generate a response is what actually determines the quality of it. Think about it this way. AI is like an insanely powerful engine, and your prompts are the steering wheel. If you don't know how to drive properly, you're not getting anywhere fast, no matter how good your engine is. Most people don't unleash its true potential because they treat ChatGPT like a Google search. But just by tweaking a few words in the question that you ask, you can make it into something incredibly valuable. Let's say that you ask AI, what's the best way to get fit? And then you get this response. It's very general advice. Now, what if instead you ask this? You are a top fitness coach. I have 30 minutes a day. I have no gym access and I want to build muscle. Design a custom workout plan. It was the same AI that responded to both the questions, but the second one here gave you a much personalized response. By just giving it direction, it will do exactly what you ask. And this applies to everything. In this video, we'll talk about prompting. Let me start by telling you the 3 levels. Level 1 is basic prompting, and this is where most people start. They ask AI a simple question and expect a perfect answer. But AI simply reflects the quality of your input. It's like walking into a library and saying, I need a book, to which the librarian would respond, what type of book would you like? Do you want fiction or non-fiction? And things like that. AI would respond in a similar way. The more context you provided, the better it can tailor its response for you. Level 2 is role-based prompting. Now things start getting interesting when you assign AI a role. Instead of just asking a question, you tell it who it is. This is like going from talking to a stranger on the street to actually consulting a specialist and taking advice from them. In this example here, instead of just listing out investment options, AI is now trying to act like your personal financial advisor, because that's what you asked it to be. And this works because AI isn't just thinking, it's predicting responses based on patterns. If you tell it to act as a hiring manager, it starts predicting how a hiring manager would respond. This single change of giving AI a role will take your results from ordinary to expert insights. And level 3 is the best one. It's called chain of thought prompting. This is where you'll unlock AI's true power. Instead of just getting an answer, you tell AI to show its work. Think of it like a math problem. If someone showed you the answer, it may not be helpful in understanding how they actually solved their way through it. But if they showed you step-by-step process of what they did to get there, you'd actually learn from it and be able to solve other math problems as well. And this works because AI doesn't think like humans, right? So by forcing it to go step by step, you're helping it make more logical and accurate decisions. In this example over here, asking which is better, Tesla or Google stock, will give a vague response. Versus if I said, compare Tesla and Google stock based on their financial reports, market trends, and long-term growth potential. Now AI provides a very detailed comparison. Professionals make the most of AI by making it walk through this structured thought process. Now that you understand these 3 levels, let's look at some of the biggest brands in the world and how they used advanced prompting techniques to make their campaigns successful. Coca-Cola did something pretty wild. They used AI to create digital art for a global ad campaign. But they didn't just type, make me a cool Coca-Cola ad into an AI tool like ChatGPT. They designed precise prompts specifying the art style, the color schemes, and the branding elements to match Coca-Cola's signature look. And the final result was an AI-generated art piece that was displayed in Times Square and Piccadilly Circus in London. Meta recently launched AI chatbots that sound like real celebrities like John Cena, Awkwafina, and Judi Dench. But here's the cool part. They weren't just generic AI assistants. Meta trained them using a very specific set of prompts that captured these actors' humor, speech patterns, and personalities. This is role-based prompting at the highest level. The AI doesn't just sound like these celebrities, it thinks and responds in their style because it's prompted with the right examples. And this is a powerful trick that even you can use in your day to day. Instead of saying something like, explain this topic, you can say, explain this topic like the best selling author would, or write this report like a Wall Street analyst. Now, this problem that most people have, that they look into their fridge and they have no idea what to cook, GE Appliances took this unique opportunity and solved that with AI. They built Flavorly, which is an AI powered smart tool that would generate recipes based on what's in your smart fridge. But it wouldn't just throw random recipes at you, it would also take into consideration all your preferences, dietary restrictions, and your cooking skill level. So, what do we learn from these case studies? Tell AI exactly what you want, like Coca-Cola did. If Meta can create AI chatbots which sound exactly like celebrities and even think like them, you can definitely make AI think like a financial analyst or a mentor or an expert in any field. And like Flavorly's smart recipes, structure your prompts to include details so that AI can work with it. When you start prompting like this, AI would stop feeling like a chatbot and feel more like your own personal assistant. Now that you've seen how brands and experts are using AI effectively, you might wonder, how can I write prompts like that? But there's actually a formula that you can follow and you can get bang on prompts every single time. The formula has 4 steps: role, context, constraints, and output type. Let's break that down. First, always tell the AI who it is before you ask a question. Instead of saying, how do I write a resume? Try, you are a hiring manager at Google, review my resume and suggest 5 improvements. Giving it a role completely changes how it responds. Instead of behaving like a simple text generator, it acts like an expert now. Next, give AI the right context. If you say something like, give me marketing strategies, at this point, the AI doesn't know whether you're asking strategies for a startup, for a clothing brand, or even a YouTube channel. But if you say something like, you're a marketing consultant, my business sells handmade jewelry online, and I have a $500 ad budget, suggest a marketing strategy. The more context you provide, the better AI can tailor its response for your specific situation. Constraints are often an overlooked area which actually make your prompt pretty powerful. If you ask something like, write a business plan, AI would happily give you a 2000 word response, but you don't always need that. Adding constraints tells it exactly what you want. You can change your prompt to summarize this business plan in 5 bullet points under 100 words, and it'll give you exactly that. This saves you time and makes AI's output way more usable. Finally, you need to define what kind of an output do you want. Do you want a step-by-step guide, a pros and cons list, or a one-paragraph summary? This tiny tweak will instantly make your response way more actionable. Now let's see this full formula in action. If you were planning to apply for jobs and wanted to see how you can improve your chances, you should ask something along these lines. You would ask, you are a career coach. Based on my LinkedIn profile, suggest 5 ways to improve my job prospects in one paragraph summaries. Next time you use AI, try this out, and you'll be shocked at how much better your responses have gotten. So now you know how to write great prompts. But what if AI could optimize its own responses? What if it could refine, iterate, and even teach itself how to think better? That's exactly what we're going to cover next, and it's called zero-shot learning. This is how AI can generate answers even when it has no prior training on a topic. So stick around and I'll see you in the next one.